William Glasser. He was born May 11th, 1925, and he died August 23rd, 2013. So it's pretty recent. He was a board-certified psychiatrist. He became a chemical engineer at the age of 19 years old, a clinical psychologist at 23, and a physician at 28 years old. And he founded the Institute for Reality Therapy in 1967, and he devoted a lot of his time educating people about his beliefs. So, if you want to follow along with your worksheet. He has two things that he believed in, and that's choice theory and reality therapy. Reality therapy is a type of therapy that people need to meet the basic needs of love, where they're giving and receiving love, and the need of finding self-worth. So he believes that success with giving and receiving love throughout life makes a person be successful. He said that schools are responsible for helping students get these needs. He said schools should provide a loving atmosphere, and that knowledge and the ability to think are required to achieve the feeling of self-worth. He believes that these have to be met so that students can find an identity for themselves, and that students that don't meet these needs, they'll struggle with society and withdraw themselves, and that will often leave them lonely and frustrated. He wrote many books. Some of them were choice theory, where he talked about choice theory. Reality therapy is a bestseller with over 500,000 copies sold. And it examines therapy through a psychoanalytical way. And he also wrote about addictions, but like in a positive way. And it shows readers how to strengthen self-esteem through positive behavior. So he's very well-rounded. Okay, so he says how to apply reality therapy through student behaviors. There are 7 steps. So for the students, well, for teachers actually, you have to establish involvement with the students, focus on behavior. The students must accept responsibility for their behavior. The students should evaluate their behavior. You should develop a plan. The students must make a commitment to follow the plan, and they have to follow through. And then choice theory states that behavior is never caused by an outside source, and that we are responsible for the choices that we make, that there's no outside cause. The 5 basic needs, he says, that drive us are to survive. So he believes that schools need like food, shelter, safety, place of belonging, so no bullying. To feel that students should be, they should feel belonged and loved. So this includes parents, teachers, students. They have to gain respect and keep respect for each other. That students should be free, so freedom of choice and working independently, and to have fun. So they should laugh and play, and teachers shouldn't have to drive the student. And then choice theory, there's 6 specific conditions that that students so that students will enjoy and produce quality schoolwork. So there must be a warm, supportive classroom environment. Students should be asked to do only useful work. Students are always asked to do their best. students are asked to evaluate their own work and improve it. Quality work always feels good, and quality work is never destructive. So, we have a video.
Dr. William Glasser. I'm president of the William Glasser Institute. The purpose of the Institute on our logo is teaching choice theory to the world. And I'm the originator of the ideas of choice theory. And through choice theory, it can be taught to anyone who's capable of understanding what a choice is. Because all through our lives, we make choices. And as we make choices, we make choices that help us get along with people in our lives, and we make choices that harm us as we harm the relationships with people in our lives. So, for example, what we talk about is in choice theory, we want to make the choices which we call mentally healthy choices, and in the book I describe how that happens and everything else. But basically, we believe that there are kind of good things to choose, and we call these the helping habits. And there's about 7 of these. There's more than 7, and we also have the harmful habits or the deadly habits. Big book. It started as a little book, it grew to be bigger and bigger and bigger, and now it's a pretty huge book. It's called the DSM-4, Diagnostic Statistic Matter, Manual, 4th edition. We're looking at the 5th edition now. And the DSM-4 is the most destructive book, destructive to human relationships that's ever been written. And yet it's the Bible of much psychiatry, most of psychiatry, and things like that. Because they think this book is accurate, and if you learn choice theory, you learn how inaccurate it is and how deadly. This book informs us that psychiatry specifically getting into the point where they now they diagnose you with mental illnesses you don't have, things you have, they treat you by saying to you, we'll give you drugs which will help you to get along better, and these drugs actually harm you and make it more difficult to get along. There's huge money in drugs. And they also tell you you can do nothing to help yourself. When you learn choice theory, you learn there's a lot to do to help yourself and to help others at the same time. And doing so, you can really not only get along well with people in your life, and better marriages, better relationships, and help transform a world which is being ruined and wrecked by external control psychology.
Okay. So what do you guys think of William Glasser? Here, my choice.
Reality, possibly. Well,
I can see like where Linda Albert's model will kind of like coincide with this one, and especially because of giving choices and how important that is. In terms of the video, I think like I can see this working definitely in the classroom setting, because that's so important in terms of building community and like building confidence within your students. But I think when he kind of got off a little like off topic and went into like the whole world, like if all of us just made a good choice, like we wouldn't need like medical stuff. I was like,
Right.
That's a little far, but I can see it in terms of the theory, teaching theory, yeah.
It seemed a little bit like some of these things reminded me of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I thought it was really interesting when you started talking about the DSM being like the most destructive book.
People know what the DSM is. I wrote it down to explain to you. It's a big psychiatry manual that has all like conditions and labels and explains them all, and it's like labeling everything, just labeling people.
Okay.
We say, you don't label people.
Jesus.
People are human beings that can make choices.
Yeah, I was just going to comment on that. I somewhat disagree with them because I think to some extent you need to know, like, the DSM like defines the characteristics and how can you help someone properly if you don't necessarily know. I think the labeling has a good point with that, but
Yeah, but how can you
At
get
the
them an
same-
IEP if
at
like
the same time, I think you need to know.
I have an activity. Where I want to just work with your partner or by yourself, whatever you want.
No. Thank you. Yes.
So this is a reality therapy worksheet. So you want to just fill out what you want to share, or you don't have to, whatever you want. I don't need you to share. What would you like to do? 2 minutes or so.
Question.
Yes.
On like under wants, like the second question. What problem? Just like in general, like a general problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so does anyone want to share the first one?
I said that I would just want to be comfortable and happy. And I put like a problem that I have is that I'm too nice sometimes. I basically said the same thing. I said to be happy, and I'm always helping everyone else first. That's it.
How about doing?
My doing is connected to my want. I said I wanted to be educated and live a healthy life, so my doing is I am getting a master's in education.
Evaluate.
I said to like be conscious of the problem and take more time to myself.
Last one.
Just plan ahead and prepare in order to prevent future problems and issues.
What do you guys think of this worksheet? I thought it was really like helpful just to like evaluate your own life and yourself.
I thought it was really helpful as well. I thought it really helped you break down what you're doing and what you desire to do, and if you're doing it effectively.
Definitely makes you think about like a lot of things that you might not
That you might
think
not
that are like
right.
during your day-to-day life.
Okay, so anyone else want to share? So some pros that I thought of William Glasser's theory. I like this idea that students need like need of survival and belonging and freedom. Like I like the idea that students aren't always dependent on the teacher. They're kind of like thinking for themselves. I do feel like that some of his classroom management would be like time consuming. Sometimes like the teacher can feel like they're losing control of the class. There's some stuff that agree with. What do you guys think?
I was thinking like in relation to the choice theory, I kind of like what Kayla was saying before. I do believe that it would work like if in the classroom setting, but like children as a whole don't really have full control over their choices. So what they do at home, you know, like their lunch or how they're dressed, whatever, they didn't really have that choice. So I kind of disagreed with it in that sense.
And I disagree with him when he said that there's no outside stimulus causing behavior problems with students because things go on outside of the classroom that affect the student. And so that I disagree with. Anyone else?
Was there any sort of segment that was specifically for students with special needs, or were they like kind of like umbrella? Like, is it supposed to be for all students? And if not, did it say like how to apply it for students with special needs?
It did not.
Okay.
So it's just students in general as a whole. That's something I should. Anyone else? Jen, did you have a question?
Oh no, I was just thinking, this is like kind of outside, but that whole concept of how like the choice isn't really always a child's, it kind of reminded me of like that poem that you had shared on Facebook the other day about the pencil, about the child, and it just kind of like that.
Oh,
like
I know exactly what you're talking
yeah.
about.
Right.
Yeah, it's like
I got up to take care of my sister. I did this, but my teacher got mad at me because I didn't bring a pencil. But it was like I went through all this.
Right, it's like